Good morning, everybody. I'm Percy, and I am here to read Adventure in the TARDIS with the author, Quill.
And we're starting about an hour early.
It's more like 40 minutes, but yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I woke up earlier, that's all.
Sure, it happens.
At first, I mean, I did go to sleep yesterday like 4 hours earlier than I used to be. So, it makes sense that I wake up earlier as well.
Well, something like that happened to me recently too, about 2 days ago. Went to sleep earlier and therefore woke up earlier too.
I mean, went to sleep because I was tired and my head was hurting because of the weather, stuff like that. So it's not obvious that I will wake up earlier.
My sleep schedule doesn't normally go backwards, but the day prior to that, I had stayed up for pretty much exactly 24 hours. It was only a few minutes off.
But yeah, we are gonna have some daunting revelations other than we waking up earlier. I mean, that is itself in a daunting revelation. Especially for some people who like to go to sleep at one time and wake up at one time as well. Which I cannot do.
Dorothy's looking in a mirror, realizing she has a fez on, and saying,
Ah, imagine that getting there.
"What is? How did that thing get on there? Huh?"
I wonder who we are gonna follow today.
It's the same character unless it says in perspective of a new character. A total of 3 characters have been taken the perspective of: the Doctor, Swifthoof, and Mirage.
I mean, we could be following Celestia as well, the scene.
Yes, she's in the story, yes.
And because of the daunting revelations, I assume we are still following Swifthoof.
Probably. He really does have the majority of the story's focus.
I mean, the whole last scene was a daunting revelation to him.
Yeah. Definitely.
That my most pony.
That was a part of a big bombshell, so to think there might be more for him?
I mean, it didn't explode yet.
We already know one thing he doesn't know, and that's the fact that he's the Sultan. He did not discover that through Nazar. Only that, for some reason, the Grand Sultan was interested in him. And those two have been working in cahoots.
Yeah, he will definitely be visited by Celestia or Naruto, I assume.
And 3 ghosts on Christmas.
I am the ghost of the Christmas presents! Not present.
That means a song is coming on!
Yeah, but I don't even know if they... No, they don't have Christmas. They definitely don't have Christmas. I mean, they might have housewarming you.
I almost accepted that, but this is Saudi Arabia. They might have their own traditions.
Yeah. I mean, they are not celebrating the same things as we do in Christmas and other things, so I don't know how much that applies to them.
Yeah,
That's what I said, that they might not have it. But who knows?
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of areas in the world that celebrate Christmas despite not being the country that originally invented it. It just got popular enough to spread around the world.
I mean,
You at least heard. Yeah.
They definitely know about the videos as well, so
Mm.
I assume
You at least
they
heard.
have.
You at least heard of it, right? If not outright celebrated.
Yeah, I mean we do
Okay.
have it.
Okay.
Okay, I have in the place. That is the closest thing I call home. I have no official legal standing here. Usually, another party could come here and take a claim. Since I only intend to come here though, it is the only reason I can call this my place. I had a feeling this building wasn't even finished with construction, and already is basically gone down to status. I mean, that happens a lot of times when they run out of money and they stop building.
Or the contracts expire or something
Um,
legal is
or maybe
pulled
the
back.
contract dies or something like that.
Yep.
That happens sometimes. These fall too, or funds run out. If a project gets abandoned before it finishes, then it remains in the state, but it can decay faster. Or at least it has was. Pretty much all I can say in its favor, other than also offering a fantastic view of the city's main palace. They shine like a million beacons in the distance. The question is, does it have a roof? That is the main question.
You might be thinking of a similar scene in Aladdin, where he pulls
Yeah,
back a curtain and shows fantastic view of Agrabah.
yeah, I know that scene. I have to be careful about what I show from Aladdin. Because Disney is very strong arming with copyright. Even, they can even copyright you just for showing a picture. Even though everyone knows Aladdin. I assume. No, that's not right anymore. I was about to say, anyone our age knows Aladdin. That's fair. I'm pretty sure the
Your
new kids might not know Aladdin at all.
your content hasn't been copyrighted by Disney specifically, right?
No, no.
Okay.
I mean, obviously because I was being wary of it.
Okay.
Let's come here and gaze upon this wide opening, which would have been a window had the building finished its construction. It stands in just a square opening that is exposed to the outside element. Only a thinly isolated curtain, and this opening the only barrier. And even, it isn't worth much to speak of. No, you might say that it doesn't worth much, but it does. If I come to think, to rest and lose myself into thinking, I have a sanctuary here. Tonight, however, my mind remains troubled. For a moment, I try to concentrate on the place itself, and try to imagine what it must be like to be welcomed there, to be surrounded by such opulence. Are you reminiscing on your past self that you don't remember? There's anything deeply on it, I can't help but suspect that being a living there doesn't make a pony happier in life. Yet hating the sadness of living, the point that only the is it a belief or reason or
Yeah, I on purpose spelled it with an extra E. It is
okay,
definitely misspelling, but it should be correct. There is no way to spell the word the. It just says the. So I'm just picking a stand here. Everyone who sees the extra E probably gets the idea of what the word really means.
okay, so it's not a misspelling, basically. It's a
Yep.
purpose. That is what I was asking.
It's a
Well,
misspelling that should be correct. And
yeah,
everyone needs to adopt that standard because there's no way to actually spell that word.
It just says the standards of living to the point. The standards of living to the point where only the most extraordinary luxury is absolutely required. Yes, to me, okay. If it's anything less than the utmost best in life, then those with such high standards will tend to remain miserable in general. One must need to require utter perfection, just to be satisfied with anything. I mean, there are a lot of people who are not rich, but still require utter perfection. Just look at some artists, who are actual artists, not AI. You would be like, oh, this painting is done. No, it's not perfect yet. Whenever I stare at the palace, I don't feel a sense of jealousy like one would normally expect. I wouldn't either.
That is different from Aladdin, though. He did envy it at first.
Yeah, he wanted to be there.
Because it was a symbol of being away from the squalor that he was currently in.
I mean, he didn't end with the palace, he ended with everything else as well.
Yeah, I know. I think it was the lifestyle he's after. The security, the ability to have food whenever you want, to have a comfortable bed. You know, all the stuff that Aladdin lacked at the time.
It's there, if I concentrate on more specific aspects of such a lifestyle, such as good food, abundance of set food, well markets, and the secure feeling of a place full of royal guards. I almost said royal. I mean, they are royal guards if you think about that.
Yeah, right. Can both, yeah. Not necessarily both, though.
Not necessarily royal, but they are definitely royal. I mean, you might, I'm still calling it, that you might still have a loyal guard there, loyal to you, not to Vizier.
That's rather likely. And if that's true, it's probably not one of the guards sent along with Grimwald.
No, it's Gimlet himself. I mean,
actually,
it's
you're
him.
right. It could be him too, but if that's the case, he's pretending not to be.
Yeah, I'm meaning that I believe up to this point, even if he is the left hoof pony of the Vizier, I believe he is still playing it up, and he is still loyal to the Sultan.
If you're right, you can actually see a reason why he's at least pretending to go along with the Vizier, because even by himself, the Vizier's a dangerous stallion now.
I mean, with this he can get information and he can look out. He can still say that, I'm chasing you, I'm chasing you, I'm chasing you, but never
Right.
catching.
Let me ask you this though. Do you think the Vizier wants Grimwald to catch Swifthoof?
Yes?
Okay.
Maybe no? It's a good question.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that Vizio is not stupid. He might be just testing in the game world at the same time.
Could be, yeah. Anyway, if you're uncertain, just go ahead and proceed. Let me get the answers.
Beyond this interest, the feelings I always gotten from the site is extravagant prison. I don't know why, but I keep getting a feeling of relief. Not to me there. I mean, the main test is if Gameball is trying to tell him that you are the Sultan or not. So the Gameball definitely knows that he is the one. Because he's the guard captain, he has definitely seen the Sultan.
Yes, he's definitely aware of the secret. But notice that when he had that conversation with the Vizier, they made sure no other guard was in the room.
Yeah. To me, the only two treasures in that place is Princess Ariana, a pony I have never met, and only seen once. Yet some pony I passionately love anyway. Love at first sight, I assume. I don't really know why I feel this way, but eventually I think this feeling is too strong to ignore. It kind of reminds me of a satire story that we had in Hungary, that there was a beautiful daughter of a man that was literally unable to get a husband because she was beautiful and everything, but once she talked, everyone ran away. If Arias is gonna be like that, I'm gonna laugh.
Okay.
I'm assuming you are not gonna pull that thing, but because it is made of on the image of Jasmine, so I'm assuming no. But he will definitely say that, I've only seen her once. So he never heard her talk. It's people the one what I can't have. I mean, you can't have. You just have to have a genie. On this dark, lightly quiet and chill night, my thoughts run elsewhere. Mostly they are drawn to recent revelations that have turned my perspective in life upside down. There's something in my eye. Nature Hampshire. The leader of my own team's guild has not only been transformed into some vicious monster recently, but now my co-based creatures exist as well. But he's been cahoots with the guild with your named Briars. That pony is not only a fellow member of these monsters, but the leader of them as well. I wonder how long that has been true. It also seems this picture has a personal grudge against me. I don't know why, but my gut tells me it is related to the whole history of my life that I can't recall. Nah, it doesn't have to be anything, it just random. He just randomly chose one pony of Saudi Arabia to be the arch enemy. All this time, I thought I had taken among the Red Sands. They promised me protecting in exchange for joining them. In hindsight, I just realized that of all times, Captain Grimwald had ever found me, he needed to go to doing one of the assigned missions on behalf of the guild. In other words, if the Red Sands guild just happened to know where my position was, they would ask for me, able to take a tip Captain Grimwald to that fact. That's probably why he's been usually lucky in finding me. And yet, if I think about it carefully, and take into account that the leader of the Red Sand is currently the leader of the city, and Captain of the Guards are all secret accomplices to each other, then it also leads me to believe that Captain Gilbert never really intended to capture me. He said he only pretended to try. The real goal might have been to give me an additional incentive to stay with the guild. Try to convince me that I needed protection, whereas Gilbert really would capture me. I mean, you can trust it if you dare. Just stand in front of him and not move. Right? Who else might have been involved? an any pony, and if I ever to be on my side, is there any pony out there that can actually catch for me? And probably on cue, let's start gonna show up. Which I have called the break last time. Hey, Chief Sam. I guess I'm right. He has a familiar young voice calling behind me. I turned to look and see the red pegasus crawler that I saw them into the moonlight. Yeah, it was obvious that he would show up on cue. His eyes are alright with a great cheer. I said, I heard the high mission was successful. Way to go. I knew you could do it. I did nothing. Thank you very much. I stared at him as a tears slowly rise to my eyes. Yeah, it's gonna be bad when you realize that he isn't the least of your friends. He literally is the medicine pony who is reporting to the visitor and to the boss. I'm assuming that. It has not been confirmed. Also, I wanted to tell you, I carried two with your previous request. That's a report, more seriously. I bought a dump of the medicine to that old man, like you asked. As for the rest of the money, I donated it to... I tried to get off, startled when I suddenly seized him and yanked him into a tight hug. Ah! Okay. Well, sorry about the muffled and surprised tone. I guess this is happening now for some reason. Yeah, I will need to hug from time to time. I know. I feel like it's impossible for me not to do because his visitors have reminded me of something very important. Beyond I didn't shadow of the doubt, I know this pony is and never shall be my loyal friend. Oof. You are setting it up to a great fall. You are building up higher and higher how much of a loyal friend he is.
Higher and higher.
The question is, are you gonna give Swift Hoof some parachute? I think he will need it. I know him well, and have been in contact with his memories at of times. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. It said to me that I can nearly cherish the older brother. Because of that, I know for sure there is at least one pony out in the world who is just against me. Wait, that's a question. So, he's admitted he doesn't work on himself?
Seems like it's not. Yeah. Otherwise, you would have had his answers a long time ago. Like, if his memories are blank, he touches himself, and that's the answer he gets. A blank. Oops. It's the time you normally would have started for this reading.
Yeah? Not that long ago.
Okay.
Hey, you are awake. But he can still have multiple personalities, and you would only see one of the personalities. Don't worry.
Yep. And we already talked about the fact, well, the doctor talked about the fact that the Vizier was capable of hypnotism.
Yeah? That's my adolescent revelations. It's especially important to hold on to this one thing. Right now, he's my anchor that is keeping me from collapsing in utter despair and paranoia. Wondering as I have acknowledged that, I do, indeed, have one true friend. That knowledge emotionally grounds me. Just to remind me that there might be others out there like him, who might be that way too. All of that is an important reminder. Can you friends do this? Police, whoever betrayed me. Police, who even love me. Sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure Resta doesn't feel that way for you.
There's many kinds of love.
Yeah, I know, I'm just joking by the way.
Just play some sexy music. Saxophone. Give each other bedroom eyes. Oh, swift hoof, you.
That would be a very fan fiction.
Well, shh. Don't talk, Red Star. Just let it happen. I need an adult.
Good job, you broke Rashi. Right now, I don't think there is any way I can convey to him how grateful I am to him. Because of the reminder of this fact. Swift Step? Are you okay? The Oracles asked me timidly and worriedly. I need to thank you for being my real friend. That's all. As I'm as serious was now my tiny close eyes. I shiver and I hold him, so that he can feel that. I can possibly express to you how grateful I am to you over this fact. How much I love you for it. Well, of course I am your loyal friend. The Vizier told me that I have to be. That's how I replied happily and gracefully. His voice still sounded muffled due to me hugging him tightly around the fur on my chest. Yeah, his voice is slowly fading away. And then he leaves. And then he's not your friend anymore. You sent me some slavery. That took me in. You showed me the ropes and how to survive all these things. Even while you were still busy figuring it out yourself. You cared for me and provided enough for not only me, but a dozen of other foes. We all look up to you, sister. You are very dear to us. But I'm not so dear, I'm 40. I became my tight hold on him. A bit, but I feel him gripping me tighter. Yeah, you weren't suffocating him. I thought I noticed him shaking as well. I had to feel his own tears start to soak my chest. You told us that we can be valuable too. As I confessed in a bit, Mr. Reaper. You don't know how much we need us to hear that. How much we need to hear some pony out here cares for us. You don't know how much he needed to hear it as well, right?
Yeah.
Let's we are something more than a youth and get attached. You told us that life can be worth living after all. I tell my hug on him again. Listening to him explain why he feels that way, he nods. And knowing he is speaking the absolute truth further satisfies my own sense of self-worth. And in some of the relationships I've hoped have to forge while out here. I am not forsaken. I mean, you kind of are. But you, the thief, are not forsaken. Actually, we are not forsaken as long as we continue to have each other. What a touching scene this is. And a Mr. Stadium for someone nearby.
This has been kind of goofy, happy music so far.
There you go.
Okay.
Seeing that both a star and I also not high enough. We are still holding into each other, but we also both pop our eyes open and face the direction of the new intruder. For me, for disturbing you too. Out in the stallion, he steps into the moonlight. For what he does, I immediately recognize him as the stallion I recently met once. He is the same one who was in the house in Monterey Inn. The brown stallion, the green necktie. I wonder who that might be. It's always the doctor, by the way. Why I am loath to disturb you with this happy reunion, the brown stallion goes on. It is also reassuring to see. By recognizing the fact that you two care so much for each other. Perhaps to assure me that I can trust the princess's judgment in this affair. Who are you? I challenged him, the guy that told. What do you want? I mean... Wait, so... You are not in the... hideout anymore. You are in your own home, right?
Yeah. Swiftweb is currently standing in a place he doesn't own, but he still stays in.
Yeah, so it's about nothing to do with anymore. That's why I wanted to.
Correct. It is not in the sewers. That's the window. It helped to illustrate that. It has a clear view of the palace.
You know what?
It's not on the ground floor either.
What would be funny if he had appeared outside the window, just like he did, just like Aladdin did for Jasmine. And how are you standing on the air?
Then he offers his hoof, like, "Do you trust me?"
You trust me? Enter my TARDIS.
Yeah, he looks down and discovers the doctor standing on top of his TARDIS, floating in the air.
Yeah, that can happen.
You really can.
Right. The shadow said in the tone of agreement. I too think introductions are in order. He bows to me a bit. My name is the doctor. No, I called for your name, not your title. He ran it from his mouth. This really calls to me to Major from that movie. And so what I want to have fun. At this moment, though, I have more specific purpose, for you see, I am here at the behest of Princess Celestia. He was struggling to not say Princess Somewhat.
Right. He's no longer in private, per se.
Yeah. Lester and I just continue to stare at him silently. This is all in the awkward pause between us. Perhaps cleared, but to clear his throat before going on to announce. Well, anyway, what's important to note here is that I am a royal agent of the princess who is an assigned mission by royal decree. Put up on paper showing that, see, I am working with her.
Yep.
And then Jacob said, sorry, I cannot read. I mean, no, he doesn't say that. But that's how might say it. That's not tell me. I become a subject of interest to royal majesty ever since our last encounter on the Monterey Inn. And they might actually think that, oh, the princess has seen me in the inn on the night when her mib disappeared.
Right.
What might she want with me? Does she suspect that I'm the one who stole it?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, in a sense, he is part of the group who stole it, so it will be a more exception. The Toratin behind him for something near his flank. He pulls out a missile for the black that thing. The pieces open towards me. I am curious. What the thunder is made of? What kind of thunder it is?
Whatever it is in the show.
Yeah, but you know they uphold it.
Yeah.
What I see on it is an image of caricature of Princess Celestia facing toward the viewer, with both eyes closed. He has both of her right wings extended out to her side. Over her right wing is the image of the sun, and over her left is the image of the moon. As you can see, this is my caricature as proof I am the royal agent of her Royal Majesty, the doctor announces. You know what would be funny?
That'd be funny.
If they asked each other, what did you see? Because, yeah, this proof might know what it actually looks like, look at that chart. But that child might not. He might see a very different image.
Yeah, I kind of think that may have been a problem the Doctor had all along. He doesn't know what the target sees exactly.
Yeah, and if there are multiple, that's why he was usually just showing it to one person at a time. Not multiple of them.
Right. Yeah, Swifthoof and... This is probably what you just said, but Swifthoof and Red Star might be saying different things.
I mean, if he would show it to a person, to a grown-up and a little kid, and say that I am the law maker here. That I am upkeeping the law. The adult might see a police badge. The little kid might see a little sheriff star.
I was actually just thinking that Red Star sees the same thing, except it's roughly drawn in crayon.
I mean, we don't know what he sees. But I'm very sure that he sees something different. If I see fairly suspicious, I push Red Star further off to my side. And behind me, there is for one to meet the stallion. When I stand in front of him, I stand by a right pose and request. Let me see that. I want to examine it more carefully. I also want to know your badge number. Right? The opportunity will be over, as he said. I realize you might be less familiar with this emblem, since it comes from an agency foreign to your nation. But I assure you, my credentials are indeed authentic. It would be funny if he would say, after holding it, saying that, but if you are working with Princess Celestia, then I'm the Sultan, and the image changes into the Sultan's image on the picture.
Right.
Because now he is holding the second paper, and everyone else sees it. Once I hold onto his characters, something unusual happens. Oh yeah, he does have the psychic ability as well. That is the main thing. The question is, does the Doctor know about this ability? He might actually know. because timing by myself. But then the image fades into what appears to be the light by paper, and yet I still sense the intense psychic energy from it. Closing my eyes for a moment, images of the doctor presenting the thing that now floods in my mind. Whenever he nods, he seems confident that whatever form of credentials he presents is on it. What tends to be the thing, said to whomever he chooses to present this thing to. By implying what specific image might be on this thing, the image does show up on this paper to the viewer. Now type. Do it. Do it. What is more startling still is the empathic psychic impression that this object was often presented by someone who has centuries, yes, centuries of experience. While it is some alien form of a two-legged creature that most have heard. In the vast majority of these times, he shows it to other two-legged creatures, with all the intention to deceive them, though not often for malevolent reasons. Because all that time, it changes form multiple times for some reason. I mean, how do you know it's him? Right? It might be different doctors as well. On the man, he is an alien from some other place. Their forms like the one he had were more common. But recently he had taken an expired form. At the same time, they got to in a new place, because the forms are vastly more common. Before putting my eyes again, I asked the object I'm holding one final question in my heart. And what agency does the doctor really serve? When I open my eyes, I see the image of some kind of hourglass on the paper. And now has a black background, which is speckled with many tiny dots, which I assume are stars. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to notice what your agency is. He has a kitty mark after all. I also feel that despite the sensitive intention of the one who first presented this item, there is no real malice behind the deception. In fact, the owner of this object commonly wishes to present something. I mean, in this scenario, he didn't actually lie. He is working with the Princess Celestia at the moment.
He also claimed to be an agent of her. That's probably a lie, but working on behest of her right now, that's likely true.
Yeah? You know what's funny? Because he is saying that there is a hourglass on the paper and in the background. That is what he's working for. He might think that, so he's working for himself.
That's kind of true.
However, despite his object owner, the often benign intentions, I to gain a strong empathy impression that bad things can and often do happen around him. Just like as if he would be an oncoming storm or something. Benign intentions do not grant benign returns. There is a good reason some people who know this object owner, or can you call him the oncoming storm. Yeah. He kind of almost is almost goes to who makes Uncle Crow. Who said that is bad luck? And wherever he is, there's always bad luck happening. Something bad happening.
Right. It's not necessarily he's attracting the danger. He just shows up wherever the
Yeah,
danger
no,
is
no,
because he's needed there. But it looks like the other way around.
yeah, that is different. With Agrico, he is causing the issue. But the Pokemon Absol, who actually can feel when the danger is happening and is just trying to help the people who want them, usually in avalanche sites, they know that they are the cause of it.
Right. Blame the messenger.
Yeah. If you didn't put the message that my mother died, he wouldn't have died. Right?
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's so hard, and my intention, what is what I always been yet another startling revelation. First, I learned that ghosts exist. The police were transformed into some kind of monsters, of whom some of them have organized intentions against me. And now, I have to contend with the fact that aliens exist too. That's how far is all this system intended to go. It's like I'm hooked into a recent anime called Daunting.
2 questions in a row that also end with an exclamation point.
Yeah? You this with this paragraph, you literally describe Daunting. Which is a very different show.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of it. I believe I've seen every episode so far too. In the anime, not the manga.
Yeah.
And I am aware there's a difference. The manga's way ahead, according to
I mean that's
some
usually
I
the
know.
thing.
There's occasionally times where an anime's ahead of the manga, and in that case, they're making up their own story.
I mean there are sometimes when the anime is made before the manga to begin with. That's all. I say even self-permanent to my voice, and I flip this object close again, and I find back to the doctor. I need you to go now. Also, and I have need to have a private conversation. Are you in trouble? I asked nervously. Rudolph hastily thinking about my recent heist attempt against Princess Celestia. He heard that the heist was successful, despite some setbacks, and now suddenly a secret agent or Princess Celestia showed up at my place. The rest of us said he probably doesn't consider it safe to disband this coincidence. After all, I was the primary one to gather information for this mission and mastermind the details. Now, the question is, does the wizard know about the doctor? I mean, he knows about the doctor, but does he know about the doctor?
He was recently informed about him by the master.
I mean,
at least some details.
Yeah, some details, but other than that, does he know about what the doctor does and stuff like that?
Right. According to that conversation, Karchuk was being deliberately vague. He mentioned the fact that what the doctor did in that hallway, not the fact he's a Time Lord or travels through time and space.
Yeah, because if they are not bringing that stuff in them, then that's not gonna inform the boss, who is gonna inform the meteor about this encounter.
Yeah, clearly Clark Shark was trying to get close to the villains of the story, whereas the Doctor's basically doing the opposite right now. But yeah, he didn't say that the doctor's an alien or the fact I'm an alien, all that, because he would have lost credibility at that point. He would be challenged to prove it.
Yeah,
And also gives quote unquote the enemy unnecessary information. He just needs to say enough to get them to think that, you know what, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
now that I think about it, the VCR might not be able to change the master. Because they are not a pony to begin with.
Well, we don't know how
Human
the
transformation might not work.
yeah, we don't know how the virus works from the symbiote.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely know how it works because you wrote it.
Sometimes the Time Lords are immune to things that affect others.
I mean, I think, remember that the doctor was like, I never get ill. Unless, even though he didn't get ill. Where was I?
You're done with that paragraph.
Okay. Indeed, the challenge is a great deal of trouble. Dr. allows it. That's bad news. You use it, I'm here to help solve the problems. Esther, please go, as I requested of you. Now. I am commanding and demanding tone. Yes, sir. Esther agreed nervously. Let it move. This thing moves. Repeat. Thank you for kindly dismissing the boy. But the timing gracefully, after the last call seems to leave. Question. Did he leave, or did he seem to leave? That's a different thing.
Yeah. And we know that Red Star has some thief training.
Yep.
It's good enough to be the leader of his own gang. Of orphans. Younger orphans.
I prefer to minimize danger to children as much as possible, but whenever trouble comes knocking, I'm not going to let anything cross him. I am a firm tone in insistent. And you can look up all pretending to be a legend of Princess Celestia. I know who and what you really are. Indeed! But to tell me in a tone of acceptance that belies in a curious lift of an eyebrow, but staring at me and putting the tiny paper away without me idling him again. This is most interesting. You are one astute and not an individual. I mean, you know what's funny? If you don't know who he is, you might still say that I know who or what you really are going to camp. You might actually think them out to show real information.
You know, in an inordinate amount of times tonight, I have heard the words, you know what's funny,
Yeah,
being asked to me. And it isn't just you. There was another online that said that to me.
you know what's funny? A joke.
That is funny.
Why are you really here? I challenged him in a gallant tone. It is true that I know Princess Saskia, and she knows me. But the thing is, I mean, you have seen us together.
Right.
Who is, by the way, fine. I have her hidden somewhere else in the city, and she plans to stay until the questions are answered and problems are resolved. While I don't officially work for her, I really am here at her behest, for the princess knows that I knew that there is a lot of force dog around the situation within the city, and somebody high up is trying to jerk her around. I mean, it might not be only horse dog, there might be vampire dog as well.
Mm.
But participating in the epicenter of the conflict of the city can be rewarding on the material lately. as well as the mysterious disappearance of this nation's previous leash, the Honorable Grand Sultan of Alabasta. You think the Grand Vizier has something to do with the disappearance of the Grand Sultan? I checked with him. Yes, Dr. answered bluntly. And I think you have something to do with the disappearance as well. I widened my eyes in shock, and I asked him. And I asked, you mean... Dr. noted confirmation, as he said. You are a lot closer to him than you can think. Mrs. Astor thinks here so as well, for she has been acquainted with the missing Sultan. The reason I suddenly feel dizzy is apparently because the world seems to be spinning around me. As a result, I will walk my hooves unsteadily. Yeah, you literally can be dizzy if you get a huge load of information uploaded into your brain immediately.
Yep. Some people outright faint because of that.
Yeah. Whoa, take it easy now. It's of course a series of who for to sending me on my left shoulder. You're okay. I mean, for all we know, the hang on his horn might not be to prevent his horn to be seeping out magic. It might be just a memory blocking ring. He never tried to take it off, and it was already on when he first remembered, right?
Probably not.
I still assume that he got his horn broken when he confronted the vizier and the sultan. Or might not be confronting the vizier himself, but he definitely confronted some of the henchmen and fully of them. It was sadly true that thing my way to one open square in the wall, which would have been a window. I made my way there successfully, despite my arsenal engaged. Once I am there, I leap forward and lay my right foreleg along the edge of the window, and my man joined. From there, I look upon the shining palace, the distant gate. It is at this moment I suddenly realized that part of me knew the truth a long time ago. I mean, yeah, the one that is locked behind the amnesia. The reason I dismissed it earlier was because I used to think that voices like me were just part of my constant ego. The part of me that simply wished that I was a grand sultan, and that I inherently deserved a better life than all this swallower. The truth is the truth, though no matter how I feel about it. Somebody somewhere has to be him, because he was existed for sure. Now that I'm finally starting to fully accept it, a lot of other things in my mind are falling into place. No wonder I love Princess Ariana, despite barely remembering her. No wonder I find such a heavy sense of duty about this city. No wonder I felt the citizens of the city used to be better, and something new went wrong with it. There are a lot of other aspects about myself that now make sense when the one missing piece of the puzzle is put into place. We are training, and probably also natural talent, because Sultan would be a talented charismatic leader. As well, he would be a good judge of character over folly. He would like to be a good judge over the value of material goods too. After all, Southern Arabia is a merchant nation, one of the best in the world. It's also natural that leaders would follow suit. It would also explain the Midnight Guard against me personally, at least partially. I was the pony in the way of that mission. If he was able to turn me into a criminal instead, then maybe it would help him justify a new position in his heart. That seems to make sense, but yet at this point, I don't remember him personally. Why didn't he just kill me though? Ezra is Ariazo. And his love for Ariazo.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the one responsible for the loss of my horn, and maybe also the loss of my memories somehow. But if he killed me instead, it would ensure they remain out of his way. Why go through all of these elemental rules? I close my eyes and try to contemplate why I am accepting all of this now. A part of me knew this, but it didn't fully click until now. I suppose, maybe, I was just waiting for some form of external validation. Until then, I kept wondering if it was just a selfish part of my ego talking instead. Seriously, every time I contemplated the possibility of being such an immortal pony, all that hell came into my heart is that I've gained considerable freedom since then. And the Sultan had major practical power and considerable resources, but it cost something. Because I have lost ever since. I needed to ink my way onto the stage. This is a moment I have not seen before.
It's not often used in a sentence in English either, and I don't even know how to describe its definition. I guess means struggle.
Yeah?
That's how I could phrase it. You've replaced that word with struggle, that I needed to struggle my way on the streets. It does make sense.
Yeah. I know what it means, I can't describe it. That's what I mean.
Mm.
I know what you want to say with it. There was a part of me that struggled with the dignity of this, and used to have much higher standards. Yet all of this was overshadowed by a sense of relief that I think no other poet could have imagined, and that they actually personally lived with both lifestyles, and I had the fair chance to compare them. What's your deal in all of this? I looked her and I put my eyes open, and half turned my hand over my left shoulder, but not enough to look back at him directly. I knew, however, fully threw my left ear at him. You are an alien from another world, perhaps even another dimension. Why would you care about any of us? I have many reasons to allow it. Among them is the fact that other alien forces have also intertwined with your culture. And unlike me, this one does have malevolent intentions. Oh? I asked, and I turned my head to look back at him more fully. And to wave the hoof in the arc ahead of him for a second before putting it back to the ground and saying, Imagination!
You might need both hands and spread it apart above your head for that.
There you go.
Right.
You don't see all of it. Because you don't see too much of this.
Well, you can bring in SpongeBob when he presented it.
It's magic. It's fine. Everyone knows what we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Some Shiva are unaware of this, but again with the suddenly undergone a dark transformation. One that resembles the femurs of a vampire. But it is actually an alien parasite that has landed on your planet. Not only is this creature itself a threat, but so is the tiny ship. It would be no larger than the golf ball, but it is a vessel, still a vessel. It's capable of tremendous gravitational control. The ability can be so great, it can warp the fabric of space and time. That is a concept I am very familiar with. So it does have a TARDIS.
A tiny one, but sure. Yeah.
I mean, it mightn't be tiny because it's bigger on the inside.
There's a good chance that's how the TARDIS does it. It warps the fabric of reality through gravitational control. And I definitely know that is involved with the engines. There is a black hole that's kind of frozen in time, and it's trying to harness the gravitational energy to help fuel everything the ship does.
I mean, you have never seen the TARDIS from the outside without the actual camera core being active. So it is not bigger on the inside, it is actually the same size, but you only see the small side that is being projected.
Yep.
Tell me, the circle continues as if the who to touch his lips. You really have some intense ability, but it allows you to sense the history of the touched object, or even other biological creatures. So I think I know the tiny ship you are talking about. It's not the thing that you were thinking about. There you go. This is the tiny ship we are talking about. It can become small. It will.
Its power source is magic.
I don't know if they could go to time, but they could definitely change the space around them.
I do believe there was a time component to that, but and it was basically designed for the same reason as the Doctor Who show originally was, for history lessons.
Yeah?
Um, edutainment show.
And you think educational entertainment. There you go. I've had this ever before as long as I remember. But I mean, my memory does not go back far. Go back that far. I can pass to him. In this case, Dr. said, important as he makes his way to me. He knows that his home is centered, until he stands next to me, and I find left home. I want you to touch my home. Think back. I want you to know and understand me better, so that you know you can trust me. If you do, that will smooth out my plans for us later on. I want you to know, make this content brief and not look into this too deeply. And all it needs, there are some secrets that I must protect. To see a normality of my memories, the experience you can gain might vastly overwhelm you. It could even kill you if you were not careful. So it is wise to make this brief. Imagine I know this. I looked at the open too, then back to his face, and I checked. Are you sure? He looked as he said, yes, but like I said, make it brief. A summary of my life is sufficient to signify my identity and intentions. It is all that I require at this time. I can soon forget, I swallowed nervously. After the warning he just gave me, I would be a fool not to be somewhat afraid of what I will discover. The names I gained from inside his paper, but it's only enough to convince me that he is far more than he seems. In this case, however, my curiosity gives me sufficient courage to make the plunge, even though I know that courage is scared to cut. I probably only touch him for the briefest moment. Then it's enough to bombard me for the final one, my voice called, life flashing over my eyes. Yeah, but not your own. Except in this case, it is my life. And unusually long. Not just long, but excessively many. The flash alone that to tear my echo asunder. In fact, I leapt into an infinite bottomless abyss. And it was empty, but too full of information for me to withstand. Ah! I have the perfect picture for that. If I can find it.
Kind of like a white hole instead of a black hole.
We have... Of course I will not find that picture. Yeah, I'm not finding that picture itself, but I can just pull up the picture before that. There you go.
Ah, okay. I recognize that.
You know what picture I was searching for, but it goes inside the door. That would be around the same thing. An infinite amount of information about the truth. Nevertheless, the special information is enough to be guaranteed that the concepts about him are also now. He is most assuredly an alien with existence access to hearing experience. I also feel a cosmic sense of weight to him, which this kind of having experience would naturally induce. So many losses, so many regrets, so many friends near the meet. There's also something else that rises to the surface of my consciousness. The awareness of vulnerability he has, which makes it what I just did mood. I narrow my eyes at him and I tell him accusingly, "You are diabetic too." Is he?
Yep. I don't think I've ever seen that in the original show, but in the newer one, he just like bumped heads with someone and they suddenly know a bunch of information about him.
How much you were?
Hmm?
How much you were?
It guarantees it's within the episodes you've seen. It was that was demonstrated by the actor that played Matt Smith that played the Doctor when he bumped heads with a certain roommate he had, and he was suddenly knew a lot about the Doctor.
I mean, I don't remember that, but and I said it was
That's
a
it.
long time ago when I watched it.
Yeah, it's there.
You have to attach my forehead with yours and transfer whatever information you wanted. Yeah, you could transfer whatever information you wanted, not the truth. Right? It's not concrete
Yeah,
evidence.
something like that. Read the next paragraph because he explains it.
It's a lot as it compares. True, but if I did it with my own ability, that may leave some room to doubt the authenticity of the information I presented. By allowing you to rely on your own abilities, I can assure you that I would have no opportunity to edit the information you have received. I mean, no, you do have the opportunity to edit the information still. As a result, you can trust it more. Thus, I was curious to see what you would come up with on your own. And to encounter others with such abilities. So I wanted to see how far you can go with it. And if I do meet with abilities like your own, I don't really talk to them because they spoil so much.
Yep, I did some heavy research into it, and without watching all the episodes yet, and it shows that he never did have a psychic companion. I checked pretty carefully.
I mean, that must be why.
Yeah.
Anyway, after letting go of that, I must ask you, what are your intentions now? My APP is sharing, and I... Wait, you are prepared somewhere else? It sounds like that, right? And then look back at the place with determination and resolve. I had often wondered why I felt such a curious sense of duty over the city. Now that I have an answer, lots of things are falling into place for me. I sigh. All of me enjoy the freedom I've gained ever since I departed from that life. But if there's a force out there that is which I love, I will him an angry and determined look, then I will do whatever it takes to protect it. That's so smart as me, as he said. Brilliant! Then off we go, another team. I assume we would say that.
I think I'm gonna edit that last word a little bit. Instead of saying says, I'm gonna say cheers. But you can continue, or just say whatever you want while that happens.
Nothing else happens. You can clearly see the ticket looking through the comments. Ah. So now, people know that he is not just a thief anymore. Or he never was a thief to begin with. I mean, I was obvious, it was kind of obvious that he was supposed to be the Sultan. He is gonna join up with the Doctor, and they are gonna take down the Vizier. That was always the plan. Now we will see if my other theories are correct, if Mr. Restar is helping the Vizier, if he is the bank, and if the guard captain is actually waiting for the Sultan to come back.
Yeah, you're on chapter 9 out of 16. It's kind of time for the story to gather some momentum here.
I mean, you had to have some trouble before the actual solution. So, there are like 5 chapters of solution making at the same time. They still a lot.
Okay. Alright. Reload this page and then skip to the end.
It won't change for now because it is loaded into the...
It already changed. The word I changed has now been edited here.
Oh, I see cheers. Ah, I thought that you were change this one to cheer. That's why I was like...
But yeah, I could see Trixie staring at the comment section like she really has something. Why don't you type down in the comment section what you think Trixie would have said? Like, did my father do all this?
No, I think she's not here. She doesn't know, that's it. It is just a figment of your imagination.
Oh, that's why she looks like such a phantom.
No,
Alright,
she
so what you
might.
think?
This is not fiction, this is just a mirage of fiction.
What'd you think of this chapter?
Hmm. Let me go back, let's see. So, he was getting his close together. Realizing that he loves Ariana,
Uh-huh.
and he is needed by the Little Force. And the Little Force need him as well. Now I'm gonna be really sad if I start actually the book.
Okay.
But as I said, you are building him up to a big fall. I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm happy. Because that means he's just a normal kid.
Okay. Well, probably is. He's not capable of much brilliant machinations at that age, or at least that's not likely.
I mean, he
could
might
just-
not be intentionally mad.
Yeah. That could be the case with pretty much anyone who had some association with Dispatcher recently.
Yeah. We know he is capable of hypnotism, so
Mm-hmm. And the doctor's aware of it too. So if he's ever going to make an approach against the Dispatcher, he's going to do that with the awareness that there's that threat. Of course, there's also the doctor's aware that the Dispatcher is greatly weakened in the sunlight. And guess who happens to be one of his allies?
Miss Princess somewhat.
Right.
I still wonder if Hester actually left, or just seemed to leave.
Meh. I'm not going to answer that question, but I
No,
think it's wise.
we
wise
are
for you
gonna see, obviously, later.
Yeah, I think it's wise for you to be aware of the potential.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of capability plus motivations. So he has the means and the motive to stick around. Because he was concerned, right? We established that. He didn't quite trust the doctor.
You see the word, right?
Yeah, you highlighted the word curious. I don't know why.
He literally said that, my curiosity is over. when the doctor had the hoof out. It might be the same for Red Star. He might not be having bad intentions either. Just, he might be able to hear everything that you said afterwards.
Red Star would be blind to all the telepathic conversation, but he heard every other word.
I mean, they were
that's
mostly
if
just talked out loud.
Yeah, that's if he's here. Then you heard about the fact that Swifthoof is the Sultan, the aliens exist, and there's also a hostile alien in the city with a powerful ship, but tiny ship.
So I'm gonna assume if Red Star is not a brick, not a melting pony by the visitor, then he is gonna be one who is gonna be taken as a hostage.
That'd be troublesome. Yeah.
Because
You never did bring up the theory that Red Star could also be a spawn too. In which case he might receive telepathic information from the Vizier and vice versa, and potentially even Red Star could be unaware of that.
no, because the top was still up.
Correct.
He was literally watching out at the sunlight.
Oh yeah, you're right. That really does blow that theory out of the water because they would have the same weaknesses as the Sultan, perhaps only 10% of that strength, but still, they would be affected. The symbiote and the virus is very photosensitive.
Yes, you just have an umbrella, and you will be fine.
Mhm. Right. Anyway, you probably saw this coming too. A chapter like this where the Doctor
Yeah.
does get uh, in touch with the protagonist of the story, who is a very heroic character. So they think they very much likely cooperate with each other as soon as they can trust each other and figure out what each other's motives are. And yeah, the Doctor offered his hoof and risked important information to be leaked to the Sultan just to get his trust.
Ah.
I would definitely know that Doctor's taken risks.
Oh.
What's up?
I came across something that I didn't know about. There's an actual pony called this guy Celestia.
Who's that?
That is this guy Celestia.
Sky Celestia?
This guy.
Disguised. Okay.
I was searching for this guy Celestia who was running around in um, Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
But and this point came up.
Neat.
I mean, for all we know, he might be able to look like that. I don't know if that is Celestia. Ah, there is actually this guy Celestia. There you go. That is what I was searching for.
Perfect. Anyway, we never saw her cast a spell like that, but we do know it existed. And here's another interesting bit of information. The spell existed in the castle of the Two Sisters. So, some correlation there.
I heard that people is gonna meet with Celestia, not with the Doctor. By the way.
Okay.
But then I was like, oh wait, yeah, he has a psychic ability, he can actually say that, oh yeah, you are with me.
Really, you're probably both right and wrong, because now that he met the Doctor, who says he is in cahoots with the princess, he's probably about to meet the princess too. In fact, go ahead and go to the next chapter. Just the name of it, that's all.
I mean, it could be not the princess, but Vizier. That's real called as well. Or princess, oh yeah, so as well.
It alludes to Princess Celestia more than Vizier, because he's not royalty yet. He intends to become one. And yeah, Arielza is another potential possibility. And there's a correlation.
And also, there's one more you are forgetting.
What's that?
He,
Oh.
himself, Swift Wolf, is a royalty. Remember?
Correct. The word accord mostly means there is an agreement, probably between royalty.
So yeah, that is gonna be in 4 days. If I can if I will be fine. And tonight later on there will be some Hunter of Justice, which I have still have to make.
I think there's a good chance I could participate with you with that one too, tonight.
Okay. I mean tonight is gonna be tomorrow for you. Tomorrow
Mhm.
morning.
Correct. At
But yeah,
about 8 a.m.
probably, I don't know what it is. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I see you in the next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.